Right, so it's Tuesday morning. We need to get the rest of these panels in. However, we've come up with an idea yesterday of setting a scaffold tower up, getting obviously the panel here, lifting it up. Then obviously we can hold it to this steel then, the scaffold tower. Then I can get the forklift in, strap it on, then we take the scaffold tower down and then I can lift it in. However, we just realised we haven't got enough space there to get the panel in flat and lift it up. So we've come up with another way now. We're going to roll the panel on the scaffold planks like we did, scaffold tubes like we did, and then we're going to keep all that. We're going to use the chains to lift it up, get it into position where I can get my forks in up to here. So however far the forks are from there to obviously here, we'll stand it up there. Then we're going to get a couple of scaffold tubes and I'm going to clamp it to there, and then obviously to this, the other slab, and then I can take the forklift down onto timbers, take it out, lift it up, take it off the chains and then get it underneath the slab, strap it to the forklift, and then it can get lifted in. That's it on paper, whether it works. So the gas has run out on the forklift and I'm paid up it didn't happen yesterday. God, imagine if it had happened and I was just like literally lifting one of them in and it was like after 5, so nowhere was open. So we're just going to pop to Express Gas. I think the nearest one is closer than Chestnut. And hopefully we can get all these in today. It's the first time fitting these panels the way they do. So there's like resin they've given us, like resin them together, and then obviously bolts and fixings obviously to keep them tight at the back. And then I'm probably going to weld. I was going to put timber in, but I thought I want something that's going to last as long as the panels really. So if I put timber in, I might have to then maintain that. Whereas if a weld like a steel to hold them in, because the panels are 100mm thick, but the steels are obviously 200mm. So we need like 100mm sort of wedge. Or maybe I could put timber in and then weld over it. Yeah. This is Express Gas in Liverpool, and I've just swapped the gas with them, and they said that they do free delivery in Garston. So and then he's just going to give me a price for a gas storage, like a lock-up, because if you have gas you've got to lock it up on the yard. So he's got a couple spare there. He's going to get me a price for that and let me know. So what we've done is obviously lifted it up with the straps to here, then we've got a scaffold pole and clamps there to stop it rocking, and then I'm going to pull out now and go underneath, and then we're going to strap this to the forklift, and then we can take the scaffold pole off and it'll be strapped to the forklift, and then we should be able to lift it in. We're going to put timber under the bottom there, and then I can take the forks out, put the straps on the top again, lift it up a tiny bit, take the timber out, and then it should be in position then. So as you can see now, we've managed to pull out, get the forks in underneath, and then we're going to strap this to the fork so that it doesn't wobble, and then we can remove the scaffold pole and lift it in above and come down, and then I say Phil will put 2 pieces of wood in, and then we'll leave these on because then we're going to lift it up and get the wood out. What we're up to now is this plate that we cut off the other upright to get it into the fence post. I'm now cutting 10cm strips off it using the metal angle grinder, and then I've just got my MIG welder and I'm just welding these onto here so that we know these aren't going to rock once they're in position. Because when we've lifted that second one on there, I said to Phil, I said I don't want to take this out until I've welded that on, because I don't want these to be loose at all. So I'll probably put maybe 2 or 3, or I don't know, I'll see how we go, if there's any use for that little gap, or whether I could even put like a plate in it maybe, or whether this will do, and then we can paint these probably, paint over them again. But yeah, so I'm just going to weld 2 on there and then get 4 in that one, and then say Phil can cut the rest of them strips and see how far we get with that. Phil's not happy because he spent 5 minutes cutting a piece off and then I done it in like 10 seconds. He's blaming the blade. So what I'm doing is I'm just grinding obviously where these plates are going. Obviously Phil's cut this side, so that's nice and good. And then hopefully on the last one, oh, this one's a bit short. I might use that on a different one. There you go. And then I've got that little bit now to weld, obviously in the gap. So I'll do that now. Oh, I feel like I'm just too busy at the minute. Oh, I can only do one job at a time. So I forgot. Well, obviously we were meant to, I thought we were going to be unloading those things yesterday and it's spilled into today. And then we've still got 4 left. And you know, it's 1 o'clock. And then, but on top of that, I forgot I had a meeting that I've got to rush to now. So someone just rang me then and said, oh, are you still okay? And I'm like, oh. So I've got to rush here because I can't miss this. And I'm hoping it doesn't go on too long. So I've got to get back to the yard. So I've just got Phil moving scaffold onto the stillagers, so we can clear that front bit. And then fingers crossed we get all these panels in today, because I just can't do another day on the yard lifting panels in. But yeah, it just takes longer than you think lining them up, and well, because I have to line them up the way we have and drop down and do all that. But yeah, next one will be at the yard, hopefully in a better mood. So Phil's just gone and I'm just gonna tidy up, and look at this. So what I've done, I've just welded little bits on there now. So they come with these, oh, where are they? They come with these plates, however, we've done it flush the other side. So in our, well, we've actually got them all the same way, but in our defence, we didn't know. So what happens is these plates come, there we go. They're quite obviously substantial plates with a bolt. Yeah, there's a bag of bolts here. And so what they do, I had to Google this because we were looking at it thinking, like, what do these do? I thought they went that way and stopped. I thought they went that way and like held them in, but then they were too short. So I was thinking, what do they do? And yeah, on the diagram, obviously, well, they don't even reach that, do they? Well, yeah, the steel. So we've got like a little gap there now that I say we'll shuffle this one over, get it in the middle, and then these clamp onto the steels. So you can do that and maybe weld them on or whatever. But yeah, we obviously having that. So I'm thinking I might make some brackets that go in and have it bolted. But what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to continue welding them. So Phil, while I was at the meeting, has like ground these bits out. So you can see down there I've done like 2 welds each one. So I'm just going to start on these. I didn't realise that one wasn't done either. So those 2 are all done. So I just need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 welds. Let's crack on. Oh, that is a wrap. If anyone knows how to change a bloody cartridge in a grease gun without getting covered in grease, let me know, because I am like incapable of doing it. I haven't done many videos like this because I've got to buy the switch screen app again. I don't know why Apple don't do one, but I'm trying not to touch my face with me here at the minute. That's a wrap for, what day is it? Tuesday. And do you know what? It looks good. It looks good. I mean, it's an absolute mess, but you can see now, obviously, what it's going to look like. You know, it's only a tiny yard, but this to me is massive. So I'm thinking next is going to be the gates. So I want to get the sliding gates in. So we've got the timber that we're getting from all the floorboards from the shooting jobs. They're going to go on the front and cover all this concrete. so obviously it just looks a bit better for the neighbours, and hopefully satisfies planning that we're putting the same fence back that was there, just with concrete reinforcement behind, more so for one, because people kept burning the fence down that was already here for 60 years, and two, you know, so we've got something to fix to, you know, a bit more bulletproof from our end. You know, you can literally bounce stuff off them walls and they won't, you know, they won't move, and so that no one can just, you know, dismantle a few panels of fence and drive in and rob a trailer or something. Hopefully, you know, looking at it now, I don't know, I've got barbed wire off another job, and I don't know whether to put angles facing like in towards the yard, like high up, and put barbed wire just to stop anyone trying to climb over. You know, I'm just trying to, it's better to do it now than, like, you know, afterwards when something's happened. So I'll probably look at that as well, because, you know, we're doing everything we can in terms of being, like, the only person who's going to catch themselves on barbed wire there is someone who's trying to climb over, and obviously that's what it's there for, to stop them wanting to try and do that. So yeah, I think the gates, slide gates, so we're going to come tomorrow. I can't believe it took me, it's going into day 3 of lifting these panels in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 panels. It took us 2.5 days. I mean, I know I've been welding the bits on and stuff, and we've had to move pallets around, and the forklifts got stuck about 5 times, and we've had to use the digger to get it out, and it's just been one thing after another. But, you know, it is getting there. And then hopefully, one thing I have thought about, which I'll start another video for that. One thing I've thought about is, obviously these ones are fine where they're interlocked, but lateral movement that way, especially when we get like the sliding gate and stuff on here. So one thing I'm thinking of doing is getting a steel on the top and weld it from this steel to that steel, and stops any movement that way. It only has to be, I think it only has to be at that one and this one, or whether to do it, you know, all the way along, I don't know. But they're definitely the end one. So 1, 2, 3, definitely those 3. And then there's 2 steels, so I might as well just do it all, mightn't I? And that's one big unit then. It feels like it's a mess, but like it's slowly getting there, and then I'll have to just start deciding. God, there's just so much to do. So sliding gates next, then I've got to dig a trench, put all this ducting in, and get electric and water up, because literally we're having to run like 3 extension leads to get to the other side of the yard. I'd never even thought of that. Then it will be probably drainage, so we're just going to put a septic tank in and a filtration system, and drainage and the concrete slabs, and then I'm happy then. You know what I mean? Once them concrete slabs go down, anything after that is just, oh no, sorry, we've got to do the retaining wall at the back here. So we put this down, we need to put either pile sheets in, or what we can do is we can scoop this back up, mix it into the Lego blocks, and I've seen the Geo fabric, can't remember the name of it now, Geo fabric, which we can do. So say if we did like cut three layers of concrete Lego blocks, we could dig it down, put this fabric in, put a block on, then put hardcore 600mm, then put more fabric, and you can get 4-meter fabric. So what would happen is, where those barriers are now, we'd scoop all this back, and then we'd make as many concrete Lego blocks as we can. Actually, that's going to be loads, isn't it? So we're going to have to mix all that, bring it back, put the Legos in, put the fabric in, push the hardcore back, put fabric in, put a Lego block, push the hardcore back, and you know, if we can get 3 rows of Lego blocks there, what happens is, as you push weight down here, it pulls on the 4 meters of fabric, which obviously comes to here, and the 4 metre fabric stops it going that way, and then you've got what, 3-4 layers of that. That's what stops anything going that way, or stops, you know, because the nursery or the adventure playground next door have been on to me about, you know, they don't want stuff going down that way, and over like 10, 20, 30 years they don't want any sort of heave. And I was like, well, I don't want that. I don't want it more than you, because like for you obviously some hardcore might come down the hill, it's not going to do anything really, whereas for me everything here is going to slip away. So, you know, I don't want that more than them. This is all the dry wood we've got, which we've just been cutting up for people to put in the cars if they want any firewood. So if anyone local wants firewood, come and grab it. Yeah, you can cut it up, and we've got another 2 hours to rip out, so I'm probably going to end up with too much of this. We just binned the load then, so I was like, you know, I've got too much here and no one's coming to collect it yet. Yeah, God, there is loads to do, isn't there? But look at that. It's so good, isn't it? Just like when I get the gates in, just being stood here, and like that'll just be totally blanked off. And, you know, it'd be better for the neighbours as well as us. Right, I'm off to go and have some food. If you're enjoying it, please do like and subscribe. And then this is happening now. So I don't know whether they've bent. Must have, mustn't it? Yeah, it has. I'm gonna have to try and get that back in because it just feels a bit loose. And then there's another. There's just that bit, I think, isn't it? I'm learning loads on this digger, which is kind of what I got it for. But right, I'm off.